In this video, I will show how to use a large language model to change a known code base and achieve something based on the client's request. The code base I use is a warehouse management system. I have done 3 different demonstrations on this code base, and I will show one of the most complicated demonstrations to save time. Here, as you can see, the client's request is to convert all data in the update time column to millisecond and create one additional column, update time millisecond, to store the converted value in the driver's database. In general, we want to extract all data of one class from database, convert them to the auth version, and store them in the other class in the backend. Here, we only change the codebase in the backend. We will try to research the front end and combine the front end and the backend later. Here, I will show you what the large language model achieves. Before doing that, I will show you what the WMS looks like before being changed by the large language model so that we can clearly compare the results changed by the large language model. I need to log in first. Since we don't change anything in the front end, we can see nothing change in the web page. We need to download the dataset, which includes all the data in the driver's dataset. As you can see, originally the dataset contains these columns, and the data stored in update time column is in this format. What we plan to do is to change this format to millisecond and store them in the new column here. And let me show you guys how the website is look like after changing by the large language model. Just give a second to run the code here. And here I need to log in again since they're 2 separate stuff. Let's go to the driver's side and see what's gonna happen in the backend. So here, as you can see, we have one more column which store the converted data. So here it's just in millisecond. The reason why the data is so large is because we just directly convert them to the millisecond, and I believe the base time it's pretty close to 1970, I suppose. So that's why the value is so big. Also, different update time can give different millisecond value, which means large model has successfully changed the client's demand. This will also work if I change the driver database, like here I add new data instance, or I just added or update the old data. This will also work. Then I will show you guys the details how large language model change the code base to achieve the request. So here, the information here is the response from the large language model, which is like how it changed the code base. So as we can see, it will find the file related to driver's dataset in the backend since we only ask for the backend stuff. And then we will, and it also says like the file it need to make change to, so which is those files, and we can see like the detail about how it gonna change those files like below. And yeah, and here it's like the action the large language model did in the terminal or stuff like that. So what it did at this time is just to try to find the model.py, which is which it's mentioned by itself. And then after that, it just try to open model.py, and here's how it changed. And yeah, and all the stuff below is how it changed. And here just try to find all the rest of the file like it mentioned above. So as we can see here, it all include like how it's gonna change the code it added. So yeah, it's pretty clear it's pretty clear just like how large model it's changing all the stuff. Yeah, so here, since it need to convert the time to milliseconds, so here it creates a file to design an algorithm to convert time. So here is the detail about the algorithm it's gonna use. So yeah, and here you're gonna like So here just try to run it. It also have like automatically resolve the bug function. So as you can see here, since something fails, so it just try to download something. It's exactly like how we debug our code. So it has the same function. So it's just trying to debug the code. Yeah. So all the stuff here, all the line of sentence here, it just try to debug the code. Yeah. So it's really install all those things and try a lot to debug all the stuff. Yeah, I believe like later we'll set up the environment for it, so it doesn't need to like download all those stuff. The only thing you need is just to run the code. Yeah, so finally it successfully debug all the things, and it knows like, oh, this algorithm will work. Then it will submit the stuff, finally submit the stuff, and then the requests are achieved. Also work for other requests like adding some stuff or deleting some stuff from the code base in the backend. And as the user, the only thing we need to do is to put our request in the chat box. And then after that, the large language model will handle all the things. It will automatically change the code, try to like achieve your demand.